Well, today's recipe is a hot classic from the heartland of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. The name of the recipe, Pulusu. It's a classic Pachi Pulusu with Arabi. Let's begin. Well, if you continue watching this recipe carefully, you'll realize that it's very similar to a rasam. The only difference here is that this is in its raw form. Well, there's no cooking except one ingredient which I can see here, which is, of course, dried red chilies, which need to be toasted and crushed. That is very important. And of course, this needs to be crisp and brown, but not burnt. Let's see how. Snip the stalks off, if any, like so, and tear this up roughly. This entire process needs to be done on slow flame so that the chilies gently start turning brown. Let's carefully pull this out. Let's keep this aside and allow this to cool down completely. Let's move on to our hero ingredient, and in this case, that is Arabi. Boil this under a couple of whistles along with carom seeds and salt. We peel this well, and that's where we are. You can fry this at this stage, you can leave it just like so, or even mash this, and the choice is completely yours. Well, I prefer dicing it like so. Let's add in tamarind juice. Now this is basically a handful of tamarind which has been soaked in a couple of cups of water. Let's take in all of this extract. Now basically pulsu can be made in several ways. You can make it, of course, with dal and call it a parappu pulusu. And similarly, there are various core ingredients. This one is the rasam-like pulusu, albeit in its raw form. Let's stir this like so. Let's add in our chopped ingredients, chilies followed by finely chopped onions and coriander. Basically, this recipe is the magic of a lot of fresh ingredients coming in together and creating a dish. Let's add in some more of the flavor profile, cumin powder, a touch of turmeric, salt, fried red chilies, which would be crushed. What I like to do sometimes is take a little bit of onions and the chilies and the turmeric and add it into this. Well, that way, this also kind of becomes wonderfully flavorful. Well, imagine serving this itself as a nice chutney on the side. But for now, let's add this into the pulsu recipe. Let's stir this well. And with this, your Arabi pulsu is done and ready. Fresh, tangy, and spicy all at the same time. Serve this with rice or drink it just like that. And thank me later. Bye for now.